Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you once again. This week I'm going to go metal detect a few locations locally, but unfortunately the weather is bad, it's raining, and I don't have my car for a few days. It's getting repaired in the shop, so hopefully we'll still get out and detect a few places that date back to like the 1920s. We'll see what kind of interesting things pop out of the ground, so let's get straight to it. Well, you guys, welcome back. It's good to see you. So far, I have found a bag of trash and about 60 cents in clad change. But I just looked over while I'm out here, and there's a phone sitting in the grass. And I think it's the whole phone, not just this case. Yeah, look at there. That's pretty neat. A nice OtterBox. I believe that's an iPhone. Probably won't be able to salvage it, but still a neat little find just sitting in the grass. Let's go on to the next find. Not exactly what I was hoping for with a big 90 signal. That can be often a silver $50, but I'll take this kind of weird pocket watch kind of thing. Not very old, hasn't been out here too long, so we'll throw it in the bag. So here is a really good lesson in metal detecting. I'm taking a little break right now and going through all the trash that I have in my bag, and I just realized I have something cool that I dug up and didn't even realize. Let's take a look. Well, that is a token. I thought when I dug it up that it was going to be a flower tag, an aluminum flower tag, because they're very common find. But no, that is a token, an aluminum token of some sort. Don't really know what it is just yet. If I had to guess, it might be a palm olive token, because I can see an L and maybe a V right there, but I'll clean this up and hopefully get a proper identification. That just goes to show that you need to always check the junk that you dig up, because sometimes you'll find stuff and not even realize it. Well, right now I have a bag full of trash. I've been digging for about an hour and a half now and finally have something to show you guys. Check it out. I just got a suspender, more than likely for a pair of overalls. It's a heavy piece of brass. It's probably late 1800s or early 1900s, so still a pretty cool find. I love finding this kind of more common stuff for the common folk, so we'll put it away. I just dug this big piece of trash at about 9 inches down. It's some piece of aluminum, but a few feet away I got another big loud ugly signal. Got myself a spoon, a big serving spoon it looks like. It's probably silver plated. I'll cut back here in a minute, but still not a bad find. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's definitely just a plated spoon. You can see kind of some areas where the copper or brass is peeking out underneath of that silver plating, but not a bad find. It's kind of got like an Art Deco design on it, so it might be from like the 20s or the 30s. Not bad. We'll throw it in the bag. This was a pretty good signal. It was up in the higher 70s, and it looks to be maybe part of a compact. I've been finding a lot of these lately. I believe it says Garden Glow, so I'll have to look up that brand. Don't know if that's still around anymore, but you can see where it's broken off there, off of probably the other half of this piece. So we'll put that in the bag. I don't know how well you guys can see them in there, but I've dug about 20 pull tabs in a row. They're everywhere out here. And I just got another signal that sounded like another pull tab. It was about a 60 or 61, and it is not, thankfully. It's an old pocket knife. That's pretty cool. It's not in too bad of a shape. It's somewhat displayable. So we'll put it in the bag and go on to our next interesting find. Just had myself a really small, deep 79 signal, and I thought for sure when I popped it out of the ground that it was a zinc penny, but it is not. I believe that is a wheat penny. I think that's the reverse, the 1 cent side there, and that is probably the obverse, the front of the coin. So give me a moment, we'll clean it up and figure out what we have here. Well, you guys, that is definitely a wheat cent. You can see the 1 cent there. It's in terrible shape. It may have been through a fire or something like that. I think, after scraping it a little bit, it might be a 1918, possibly a Denver mint, but I'll probably not be able to get a proper identification on this coin, but I'll take an old wheatie. It's at least 100 years old, so we'll put it in the bag. Well, this is really interesting. I don't normally find aluminum tokens like from the teens and the 20s, but I think I have another one for this hunt. So let's take a look together. Wow, can you guys believe it? Take a look at that. I believe that is another token of some sort. I have no idea what it is, so we're gonna kind of find out together. There's definitely some writing on it, and I can't wait to find out what brand this is. It's another soap token of some sort, probably from the 1920s. This one's in pretty good shape too. If you give me just a moment, we'll clean it up. Well, that is pretty cool, you guys. I've got another soap token from the 1920s, more than likely. But this one is actually an ivory soap token. Wow, that is surprising. I don't normally find these, and to get 2 of them in the same week is actually pretty extraordinary for me. So I'll have to look this one up when I get it home, but I love finding these early aluminum tokens. We'll put it in the bag. Just dug the gear out of an old clock, more than likely, but right afterwards I got myself another coin, which is pretty sweet. It's a greenie, a really green wheat penny. That is awesome. Where's the silver at though? Love to find me a silver coin. Give me just a moment, I'll clean it up. I believe it's the 1920s. Well, that's a really neat coin. Check out that wheat penny. Look how green it is. It's got quite the patina to it. I believe it's a 1926D, if I'm not mistaken. It's got quite a bit of wear on it, but it's definitely sat in the ground for a few decades. So we're gonna put it away and hopefully find a silver coin. We've got 2 wheat pennies now, so we'll get back to it. You and I both know what this is gonna be. It's gonna be part of a harmonica reed. It was a few inches down. It was ringing up in the mid-60s, but I'm fairly certain that's a harmonica reed. Very, very common find. Yeah, you can see where the holes are in it. So we'll put it away. Let me tell you guys, you find some really weird stuff metal detecting. What the heck did I just find? This was ringing up as a 72 signal. It feels like it's made of lead, and it says Indian Mist on it. And I think it's a little lead car. What the heck is that? I might have an attachment there for a necklace, but I have no idea what that is. That's a very strange find. I'm gonna have to throw up a picture of whatever this is, because at the moment I'm pretty perplexed. Well, this is really disappointing. I just got a high 80 signal, and that can be like a silver quarter or a silver $50. But no, it's a big lithium cell phone battery that somebody decided to just throw out in the grass. We'll take that home and properly dispose of it. It looks as though I just got another one. It was a big, ugly signal, and it was only about 2 inches down, but I think I've got another big pocket knife. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. That's definitely a pocket knife. It's in terrible shape, but still a neat find. We'll throw it in the bag. Well, it was a good signal. It was deep, and I just popped it out of the hole, and I've got a silver quarter sitting here, and we're gonna find out together exactly what this is. This is awesome. I do believe I already know what it is. I think it's a Washington quarter. It was about 8 inches down, and came out of the hole looking awesome. I'm gonna put a little bit of water on it right now and figure out what we've got. There's the obverse and there's the reverse of this coin. That's definitely a Washington. What year is it? A 1944? That is awesome. I am happy to take another silver coin for 2021. I cannot believe how deep these were. They were sitting together. I just got two pieces of another harmonica reed, but they were like a foot down. I know it's hard to tell in this footage, but they were way down there. Pretty good signal. Thought I was digging up a coin actually, but we'll take some more harmonica reed. Not a bad find. I know it doesn't look like much, but you gotta believe me on this one. This is a valve stem for an old tire, like 19 teens or 20s. Rang up great, like a big piece of copper or brass, which it is, so it's encouraging. I'll just throw up a picture of exactly what I'm talking about, but a lot of people will dig up the valve stem covers, the thing that you screw on the top of this, so not bad. We'll put it in the bag.
Along came Nord, and he rambled right along in his little old Ford, and he stole that queen as his engine sang a song. And his little old Ford just rambled right along, and his little old Ford it rambled right along, and the little old Ford it rambled right along. The gas burned down in the big machine, but the darn little Ford don't need gasoline. The big limousine had to back downhill. The blame little Ford is going up still. When she blows out a tire, just wrap it up with wire, and the little Ford will ramble right along.
Still finding a lot of trash, and it looks like I just got another suspender clip. So it's all right. It's a thin piece of brass with kind of an interesting design on it. And I kind of smudged it there, but it's still a piece of history. So put that one away as well. All right, you guys, I'm back at the house now. I've got all my stuff out on the board. This video is actually 3 separate hunts. I had to dig a lot of holes to make a full video, but that's all right. Let's take a moment and look at the board. All right, you guys, there is the board. That's everything that I found in about 10 hours of metal detecting. But first, we'll come over here and look at the trash. Look at that. I dug a lot of iron and scraps of aluminum can, and there's some bottle caps in there and some pencils and anything and everything. So if you're going to go metal detect, please take all this stuff with you. It's something to protect the hobby. Remove all that trash, but we'll come over here and look at the board. All the good stuff. I showed you guys one of these spoons coming out of the ground, but I actually dug a second one. Kind of neat. They're both just silver plated. Unfortunately, I managed to get a big piece of lead. That's an odd thing to pull out of the ground, but that'll go in my scrap bucket. I got that iPhone. It's waterlogged and missing the button down here, so I'm not going to be able to salvage that, but still fun to find a phone. I dug a ton of shotgun shells, these brass tops off of the old cardboard shotgun shells. Pretty common find. I was really looking for an old nickel out there and didn't find any. Got 2 vaping devices. Those are becoming increasingly more common now. There's an aluminum punch out that kind of tricked me in the ground. There's another big piece of aluminum. My 2 pocket knives, that's pretty cool. There's that valve stem, more than likely for a Model T actually. Pretty cool. It's a big piece of brass as well. Got those 3 steel washers right there. There is that lithium ion battery for a cell phone. A big old pile of pull tabs. There's got to be, oh my gosh, 50 to 100 pull tabs right there. Spent a lot of time digging that junk looking for gold and didn't find any, unfortunately. I found this. This is kind of strange. That looks to be a piece of pewter, and that might be off an old bell, like a Conestoga bell, but that's the only piece I found out there. Kind of strange. We got a few other things up here to look at. Some lead weights and bullets. Piece off of a fishing lure. There's an aluminum carabiner. That old watch. Got a iron buckle. A little thing that says love on it. Got a little pile of change. Only about $4 in change this week, so didn't find too much of that. There's my clad quarters, nickels, clad dimes, and copper pennies. Actually, down here is my zinc pennies. I did not find a lot this week for some reason, so that's all right. Got myself 3 pieces of harmonica reed. Pretty neat. I like finding these. A few little pieces of brass. Don't know what that's off of. Maybe another compact. There's some pieces off of some overalls. Pretty neat stuff. It was a pretty common clothing item back in the day. I think a lot of people wore overalls, especially farmers. There's a Lee's button, and there's another overall button or something like that. It's kind of cool. A piece of a compact. I do think it says Garden Glow on it. Just half of it. Piece of brass. Anybody know what that is? Because I'm not sure. Certainly interesting. I've dug these things up before, and I don't know what that's off of. Maybe something electrical. A few pieces of brass. There's a disabled American veteran thing off of a keychain. There's like a 1960s zip tab. Got myself that gear out of a clock. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. This Zamboni keychain thing that says Canadian Mist on it. Boy, that's weird. And it's all worn down too. Someone's like worn it across the concrete. Don't know about that. Got myself a little heart off of like a necklace. But we'll look at the better stuff right here. I did manage to get these 2 wheat pennies. That might be a 1918, but that's definitely a 1926. I did get this lava soap token. I can't believe I found 2 soap tokens this week. That's pretty awesome. I don't find these things very often, so I will take both of them. There's the lava, and here's the ivory soap. These are both from like the mid to late 1920s. It was pretty common during that era to make these things. And then, last of all, I did manage to get some silver this week. Got me a 1944 Washington quarter. That is awesome. It's been a while since I found a silver coin, so I will happily take that. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We did pretty well this week. Did manage to get some silver, found a few interesting relics, and enjoyed the nice weather. So until next time, please stay safe, and I will see you later. Bye now.